Today we're gathering around the campfire with Lisa, a QHS member whose life is as exciting and grounding as a hike through the mountains. But what trails did she tread to reach these heights? Let's trek into the wilderness and discover the adventures that led Lisa to where she is today.
Hi, I'm Lisa, and I believe I am one of Quantum Healing System's first members. I joined, I think my joining date is March 5th of 2022. And I found Cynthia and QHS via what I can only describe as mystical means, as I've heard many members talk about. I was new to Telegram and probably only following maybe 5 channels at that time. And one day there was a new channel in the list of who I was following. And I thought, well, how did that get there? I didn't join that channel. But I clicked it really just to go to it and leave it. And there was a new ad posted for a live event that was really, it just started. And it was with a woman named Cynthia with a group called Quantum Healing Systems, who was going to be talking about bringing forward Tesla healing frequency technology to the world. And I couldn't click it fast enough. So that's how I found QHS. And at that time, I probably first learned of medbed technology, Tesla technology, late 90s, early 2000s. And have kind of, healing and health and nutrition have always been very high on my leading interests. So it was divinely sent to me, put it that way, I believe. I grew up in northeastern Ohio, northeast of Cleveland, right on Lake Erie. I come from a large family. My immediate family is just my brother and I, mom and dad, but I have almost 20 first cousins who grew up within a couple miles or a bike ride from my house. So they all felt like sisters and brothers to me. We did everything together. We celebrated all the holidays together, birthdays. It was an ideal upbringing, full of laughter and love and fun. And my house was the gathering house. My mother was the consummate hostess. She had all the holiday parties, and everyone loved coming to Aunt Lois's gatherings. So, and my dad, mom was English, Irish, and German. So light skin, blue eyes. Dad was 50% Italian, 50% Polish, darker skin, dark hair. And here I am, the middle. I mostly have light skin, but I tan well. So, and I'm a sun worshiper, so that's all good. Growing up, ideal childhood, but I was sick a lot. And I don't know which came first. My second teeth and cavities and getting mercury amalgam fillings, or strep throat 3-4 times a year, penicillin shots, terrible antibiotics. They sort of just kind of seem to grow off of each other and manifest off of each other. And I couldn't tell you which came first, but I feel like the mercury amalgam fillings definitely decimated my immune system. So I was sick a lot, like I said, with strep throat, tonsillitis, even scarlet fever. throughout all my school years, elementary, middle, and high school. I, though being sick a lot, was extremely active, gregarious, outdoors, gardening, tennis, hiking, biking, running, good in sports, loved all of that. So that was all good until I got to adolescence. I was walking home from school one day with a friend, and my heart went out of rhythm. I mean, like from never even noticing my heartbeat to it being over 200 beats a minute, and scared me, of course. And I immediately threw myself down, face down on the grass, spread eagle, and the heart went back in rhythm. I went home, told my mom about it, and she said, "That's strange. Let's see if it happens again. Let me know if it ever happens again." And it did. And so she took me to the pediatrician, told him what had happened, told him how I put it back in rhythm. And he said, "Sounds like Webb Parkinson White." And which basically is you have an extra electrical impulse on the top of your heart that causes the heart to only beat in the top chamber and in a very rapid rate, at a very rapid rate. So he basically said, as long as you can get it back into rhythm, let's let it play out. A lot of times when this presents, it only presents during major life changes, like adolescence. And he was right. As soon as by the time I was 16, 17 years old, it was probably, I almost forgot about it. Until fast forward, I was pregnant with my son in my 9th month of pregnancy, and it went out of rhythm again. And did that a couple of times around childbirth, and then it went away again. And then fast forward to menopause, and it happened a lot over a 2-year period. And cardiologist was concerned and saying, might be time for a pacemaker. No, I didn't want that. And so I said, let's just, I was still able to get it back in rhythm, though it was lasting longer and happening more often. I really wanted to just see if I could, manage it myself. And then fast forward to the loss of my beloved John. And that's done a number on my heart. So, so it's been pretty hard to manage over this last year, coming up on the 1-year anniversary of losing him. So here we are. Another massive blow to my health was becoming type 1 diabetic at the age of 29. No instance of this in my family whatsoever. It was a shock, to be honest. And so I felt like I'd lived almost a full life not being diabetic, and then have had to inject insulin every day of my life since then. Very strange. I look forward to being done with that. I knew when I became diabetic that it wouldn't kill me and that I would outlive having it. And here we are. I'm really, really looking forward to being done with checking blood sugars and injecting insulin and dealing with what can only be described as catastrophic events of the toll that it takes on the body. Very tough. Other than that, since menopause, really just losing mobility, flexibility, coordination. I have vertigo a lot. I have tinnitus a lot. Diabetes definitely has taken a toll on my nervous system. It's the coordination aspect, the feeling, the dexterity in the limbs is tough to deal with. And I also have severed a nerve in my left index finger that required micro nerve surgery to reattach the nerve. And it only brought a completely dead finger back halfway. So I can feel the inside of my index finger, but not the outside of my index finger. So I look forward to that being fixed. I have a pulled ligament in that controls this finger in my right hand. Constant pain, stiffness. My thumbs are a mess. Both joints in my hands are enlarged and painful. What else? Hearing. I believe the tinnitus in my ears has a lot to do with the vertigo, has a lot to do with, I'm a singer, songwriter, musician, performer, and I've had to pretty much put that aside. My singing voice is not what it used to be, and I look forward to having that back as well. I really enjoy creating through music, put it that way. And so that's something that is high on my priority list post-ARC. In summary, I'm so excited to be at this place, to finally be able to move forward with these technologies that are going to bring so much healing to this planet. We have yet to see what is possible, but I'm so looking forward to it. John and I, it's what brought us together, the world service work that we planned and we wanted to move forward with our lives, given this opportunity to be rejuvenated, to bring so much positive change to the planet. John being John, he had it all papered out for the next 200 years, how that would look, what we would do. We'll see. It will certainly include a healing center in his hometown with his name, in his name, and a healing center in my hometown, probably in both our names. So I'm excited. This is the stuff of my childhood dreams. I was a child growing up watching Star Trek. I knew we'd get here. I just didn't know if it would happen in my lifetime. But I'm glad it did. Love to all.
Join us on the Prequel, where every story matters and every voice is heard. Because here at QHS, we're all about healing, learning, and growing together.